Hi guys, this is Missimi. I am back to complain about something again. I didn't take 8 months this time. Today's topic is why every college student is now either a reseller or a content creator. By every, I don't mean every single, obviously. But you can probably name five. There's a rise of like a lot of social media finance gurus who tell you how to start an 8 figure business, how to start a 9 figure business. There are a lot of quotes about how billionaires were actually dropouts. But a dropout from where? That they forget to mention. So most of them were dropouts from Ivy League colleges like Harvard or Stanford.
How many followers are you on?
On Instagram, 1.9 million.
Wow. How old are you?
I'm 10. Many people say, are you studying in class 1? I'm like, no, class 5. And they're like,
Everyone and their moms are now calling themselves influencers. There's a lot of reels telling you to be creators or UGC creators where you don't need followers and you can make money.
Living the influencer life with no followers. You can do it too. Check out the caption.
There's a lot of young people starting small businesses, whether it's handmade jewelry or crochet or reselling clothes from Sarojini under the name of a thrift store. So I think we have all seen an Instagram post or a news headline or a LinkedIn post about how the 17-year-old is earning an 8 figure salary, or like this kid has achieved this at this age, and that is amazing obviously. But when you see someone younger doing better than you, this brings like a lot of jealousy in you, because obviously there are going to be people who do better than you, but when you see someone younger doing better, it just feels like I could have also done that. Or you might have seen some reel about turning your passion into profit. It feels like every college student, school student, is in the race to earn the earliest. It burns more when a younger person is more successful than you. This is not just a trend, it's a full blown culture of premature professionalism. It's like watching a baby in a suit. And this is exactly how I feel when I see my friends going to corporate jobs.
About 6 months back, I told my parents that I'm going on a vacation to Bangalore. That was a fucking lie. At that point, I was running a content agency while in the second year of my BBA. Zepto से हर रोज ऑर्डर करने का पैसा था, पर वो काफी नहीं लगता था. कुछ बड़ा करना था. Comfort zone से बाहर निकलना था. That moment, I booked a flight to Bangalore with no return tickets. I packed my suitcase, announced घर पर that I'm headed to Bangalore on a 6-day vacation. Tickets were booked. कौन रोकेगा? And Bangalore changed my life. I decided to take up a flat here instead of going back home. I met new people, expanded our sales, even sold my agency. And finally, I joined a new company as a co-founder. I'm 20, I've done a bunch of things. One thing I know for sure is that I know nothing. If I had convinced myself that the extra pocket money from running the agency was enough, I would have never left. पर कहीं पहुंचने के लिए कहीं से निकलना पड़ता है. Follow me for more.
So this trying to earn as early as possible, trying to earn the most as early as possible, this grindset, is this a sign of a hyper-empowered generation, or is this a symptom of a deeper systematic anxiety? So let's try to break this down, because who is trying to have fun here? The anatomy of the grindset mentality. So the grindset isn't just about working really hard. It's a specific ideology that glorifies monetizing every hour you have, trying to be as productive as possible. Your sole purpose of your life is how productive you are. Like, wake up at 3 a.m. when the sun is not even up. Take a cold shower. During school, I wanted to start a handmade business and that failed. Then I started a thrift store and then I started importing. I have done anything and everything that could potentially pay me. I tried learning crochet, then I tried learning jewelry making. And my first thought throughout was that how do I sell this? Something that is supposed to be a hobby. Before I turned this completely into LinkedIn, I don't use LinkedIn anymore. It is a belief that every hour not spent earning is wasted. Every hobby that you have should be a side hustle. Your entire worth as a human is defined by how much you're earning or how productive you are. There is a lot of cultural validation that comes with being the youngest at doing something or to achieve a financial milestone. There is a lot of pressure that I want to support my parents as soon as possible. This is not just a race for money, it's also a race for societal respect. Giving a personal example, I went to a design college, but I decided to not sit for placements and instead continue with my Instagram, because brand sponsorships pay way more than a corporate job would around me.
Bet you don't know that. आज मैं अपनी लस्सी में एक गुलाबी गुलाब डाल दूंगी.
Muskan is earning around 30 lakhs a month just from Instagram subscriptions alone. मैंने काफी इंडियन क्रिएटर्स को देखा है मुस्कान को क्रिटिसाइज करते हुए कि ये तो थर्ड स्टेप बना रही है, रेंज कंटेंट बना रही है. But honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it and why you shouldn't as well. Indians का ये obsession है with self respect. We judge others too much. यार ये क्या रेंज कंटेंट बना रहे हैं? I would never sacrifice my self respect for money. सुनने में बुरा लगेगा, but you don't have any respect in the first place. You are a nobody. तुम्हारे पास क्या है other than your ego? को बिजनेस में ईगो की कोई जगह नहीं है. Entrepreneurship is a cutthroat place, and if you stick to such insignificant ideals like ego and respect, you won't go very far, my friend. Dancing reels बनाने वाले, third step बनाने वाले, they are happier than you, they are richer than than you while you are sitting on your phone scrolling through the reels and making a fuss about it. तुम्हें क्या लगता है कि जो बंदा तुम्हारी सिटी में Lamborghini चला के घूम रहा है, he gives a damn about things like ego and morals. Entrepreneurship में एक बहुत बड़ा misunderstanding है कि you have to provide some kind of value to be able to make money, and it's so far from the truth. क्या traders कोई value provide कर रहे हैं सोसाइटी में? क्या professional gamers कर रहे हैं? चलो एंड्रयू टेट का एग्जांपल लेते हैं. He started off with misogynistic videos insulting women and suddenly वो अब alpha male motivational speaker बन गया है. तो तुम देख रहे हो उसने पहले कैसे ऑडियंस को कैप्चर किया through his controversial statements and then he's using that attention to earn money for himself. देख रहे हो तुम कैसे मैनिपुलेट हो रहे हो. चलो मैंने प्रॉब्लम्स तो बहुत बता दिया, लेकिन अब इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या है? द सॉल्यूशन इज दैट यू हैव टू ब्रेक आउट ऑफ योर जजमेंटल एंड इगोइस्टिक नेचर. नेक्स्ट टाइम तुम्हारे रील्स में अगर कोई थर्ड स्टेप वाले का वीडियो आया, इंस्टेड ऑफ जजिंग दैट पर्सन, उसका प्रोफाइल खोल के देखो कि हाउ हैज ही बीन एबल टू टर्न दिस अटेंशन फ्रॉम मिलियंस ऑफ पीपल इनटू अ रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम फॉर हिमसेल्फ और हरसेल्फ. डू यू थिंक अ गाय लाइक मी इन हिज 20s फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल सिटी इन Guwahati could have afforded a car like this and taken his parents on foreign vacation if I had stuck to the traditional norms of society? No, I had to change my mindset for that. See, I'm not trying to flex, but I can guarantee you that as long as there are people like me who are ready to throw their ego out of their way to make money, you will always be 10 steps behind your dream life. So let this reel be an eye opener for you. Final note, देखो चीजों को एक पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट से देखना शुरू कर दो. How can you use what you're seeing on your screen to your own advantage instead of complaining and judging it? Trust me, it will change your life.
This mindset is the engine behind the creator reseller boom. A report in 2023 says that India had about 8 million creators, part of a larger passion economy of 200 million people. It is projected to reach the value of $500 million by 2025, with the gig economy contributing 2.5% to the national GDP. We are not talking about pocket money anymore. So this isn't happening in vacuum. So what is exactly fueling this rush to try to be a content creator or a reseller or something that is unconventional from what we were usually taught, like getting a government job, doing engineering? Everyone is doing that regardless. Like even if you do pursue these things, it is pushed that you try to still digitalize your income. There's a lot of pressure to have a side hustle. So this grind set, if extreme, is a result of 3 systematic failures. The employability crisis. A bachelor's degree is no longer a guaranteed ticket to a stable career. The India Skills Report 2025 suggests only 54.81 of Indian graduates are actually employable, meaning nearly 4 out of every 9 working age individuals lack the skill to match available jobs. The curriculum is often outdated and there is a massive gap between what's taught and what the market needs. The curriculum is still teaching you to start a fire with sticks and stones while the world is moving way faster. Keeping like the numbers aside, it is actually true that like a lot of people don't know how to do their jobs. A lot of people can't hold a conversation even after having a degree. Like there was this video I saw of grown ass people in colleges being asked, would you prefer a girl that is feminine or masculine? And a lot of people assume that the feminine means feminist, and that is something that relate with a negative word.
Will you date a feminine girl? No. No. Masculine? Yes.
Yes.
Will you date a feminine girl? No.
No, of course not.
Okay. तो उसका अपोजिट मस्कुलिन चलेगी? Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, चाहिए नहीं यार, चाहिए.
अच्छा मस्कुलिन चलेगी? हाँ मस्कुलिन चलेगी?
हाँ ठीक है.
नहीं. हाँ.
Feminine girl, I guess, no.
What's the difference between a feminine and a feminism?
Feminism is like you're supporting in a negative way.
Feminine is knowing what's going around you and within you.
I think दोनों में expectation होना चाहिए. Expectation मतलब
Feminism is a phenomenon, right? ये
Feminine क्या होता है?
Feminine is like मतलब एक वो मैं वो आता है तो मैं वो कला है, ठीक है, वो
I don't want to answer that because I can talk about feminism. The feminine and feminism are like दो बहुत अलग चीज़ है, तो I don't want to talk about it.
ये क्वेश्चन स्किप कर दो. फेमिनिज्म का क्या ज़्यादा पता नहीं मुझे.
मेन का
तो सॉफ्ट हार्ट रहते थोड़े वो टाइप ना फेमिनिन.
Being feminine is, I really don't know actually.
फेमिनाइन आई डोंट नो अबाउट इट.
I mean, the literacy might be high, but how much education are people actually getting? Lord knows what they're actually learning. Like, people are passing exams, but they are not qualified for jobs.
अरे हम तो गरीब हैं. एक गरीब किसी को क्या दे सकता है? हम जैसे लोग तो गरीब पैदा होते हैं, गरीब मर जाते हैं.
There is a huge difference in a student that goes to an IB school versus a student in state or CBSE board. A lot of things are not taught. For example, if your parents or your elder siblings have gone to an Ivy college, the students from a very young age are trained to go to these schools. Meanwhile, like a lot of people in CBSE don't even know what the hell is a bachelor's, what the hell is a master's by the time they're in class 10. So many people are doing these side hustles, but schools and colleges are not teaching you very basic things like how to file your taxes. Yeah, it makes sense. It depends on the course you picked. You picked what stream to do when you were in class 10. You were not even grown enough to have like a brain properly functioning. So this is a classic case of if you want something done, then do it yourself. Since the job market sucks, how about we start getting our own jobs? I am not meant for this corporate 9 to 5 life. मैं तो entrepreneur बनूंगा. quite literally describing myself. Another major failure is the stigma against part-time jobs in India. In Western countries, a college student doing a part-time job in a cafe or in a retail store is completely normalized. But in India, it's seen as financial desperation. You cannot be a waiter, a bartender. Any sort of service job is usually looked down upon because the wages are really low and the treatment that service workers receive in India is pretty shit. So being a creator or a reseller is seen as acceptable because it is seen as doing business instead of providing a service. So a student can earn money without facing judgment. So for example, in the West, it is common to do babysitting jobs, taking dogs for walking. This is not really normal or common in India. Another reason is financial anxiety and the FOMO economy. The cost of education is rising, layoffs are increasing. After working so many hours, companies are not willing to pay you enough. The work culture sucks. Companies expect you to work for endless hours. And on social media, you feel like everyone else is more successful than you or doing something with their life only while you don't have anything figured out. Your classmate just got a job. Why don't you have a job yet? Some guy on the internet just bought a car with his crypto earning. What are you doing? Someone is earning a lot selling courses and doing their dropshipping business. Why haven't you figured that out? There's this fear that if you don't do something right now, then you'll be left behind. And somehow there is a time limit to this. For example, the time limit is 25 to 30. But in the recent generation, even being above 20 is considered old. I have been called old for being 23. And even I used to think so, actually. I can't blame others. But guys, it's not old. Trust me, it's not old. This is a sign of aging. So the grindset sells empowerment, but it has a lot of hidden costs. The constant pressure to monetize everything and outperform everyone is intense. It can lead to a complete erosion of work-life boundaries. Even your friendships become networking opportunities. So when hustle becomes your identity, how much you're earning and can earn becomes your identity, what happens when you fail? Your self-worth can become tied to your monthly revenue and the likes and the views you're getting. So the privilege paradox. There's this myth of meritocracy. So it is usually said that anyone with a phone can do it, which is partially true, but the playing field is not level at all. Those who can afford a high-end phone, have a reliable Wi-Fi network, and an editing software definitely have it better. There's a clear difference because when I was back in Assam, I didn't have access to a lot of things, a lot of networking events. I didn't have access to like what is happening. But after coming to Mumbai, things got a lot easier. And again, even in my life, once I got an iPhone is when I started earning and creating content on a full scale. Obviously, it is possible to create content on a phone that is not very expensive, but is it? But how many videos do you come across on your feed that are very low quality unless it's a funny video? So when I first came to Mumbai and I saw the economic divide between me and other people, I was very bitter because people were booking full-blown like hotel rooms to film content and I was so angry. If you make fashion or beauty content, for example, it would be so much easier if you're already rich. And a lot of luxury content creators in India, they can create that image because they already have access to these resources. They can say no to brand deals which do not align with them, which is not possible for people who are trying to pay rent with that money. Unlike people who are living in Sobo in a mansion with a roof over their head given by their parents and no money on Uber spent because your parents have a driver and a car. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault that they are born rich, but there should be this acknowledgement of privilege. So this ecosystem is heavily dominated by urban, middle class or rich English speaking narratives. The struggles of a tier 2 or tier 3 city creator is extremely different. So brands hold a lot of events in Delhi or Mumbai or bigger metro cities compared to smaller cities. It's very rare. And even if it happens, then the lack of opportunities you get is very different. So when students come to metro cities for college or like for earning or something like that, even if your parents are financially supporting you, they would pay rent, they would pay your college fees, which is also a huge privilege, but they will not pay for extra bullshit like concerts. They will not pay for extra things like a luxury bag. And you know how quickly trends come and go. How do you afford these things? There would be a lot of FOMO created. A lot of people don't want to use their parents' money to have these luxuries, so they try to have an extra side hustle by themselves to support their extra interests. There is very little financial education that is given to teenagers and children. Children are usually asked to stay out of it, and suddenly they are thrusted into a city and asked to do budgeting all by themselves. So this puts you in a very weird spot where you don't know what the hell you're doing. So I didn't know what I wanted to be growing up, but I knew that I wanted to be rich. Growing up, I saw a lot of struggle related to money. So I thought if I grow up and I earn a lot of money, I can help a lot of people. I have always been about the grind. But there's a lot of drama that goes behind this. It is claimed that this is easy money, but this is not easy money at all. It is not easy to deal with customers. It is not easy to run a business in school. But yes, it is possible and people do it. But they don't tell you what can possibly go wrong. You can face a lawsuit for handling customer service wrong. Indian customs can lose your package. Happened to me, personal experience. Forget customs, even India Post can lose your package. You can go into debt. Happened to me. Brands and agencies sometimes have the payment cycle of 60 to 90 days, and sometimes even more. Young people are taught to earn, but they do not have the financial literacy to save that money, to invest that money, where to invest that money. Even I have been scammed so many times trying to invest in crypto and this and that and whatnot. Since you're on your own, you're trying to learn and earn everything all by yourself, by trial and error. But like if you're a full-time content creator, your entire life is content and there is a lot of pressure to post every single day or at least 3 times a week. I have been told to do that, but I don't really do that. I'm sorry if my manager is watching. So is this rush to earn a sign of empowerment? In a way, yes. It represents a generation seeking autonomy and taking initiative to do with whatever little they have been provided. The government has also taken notice with initiatives like Create in India. But can these initiatives formalize an inherently informal workforce? Why are people choosing unstable careers then? Because the algorithm is volatile. Tomorrow your Instagram might get banned. Any app can be banned the same way TikTok was banned and so many people were relying on it for their income. My Instagram account has been banned 5 times. So if tomorrow this doesn't exist, then I'll find something else. It was not easy. I came here with a lot of hate for the privileged while realizing so many privileges that I myself have. My topics are usually very internet, pop culture, socio-political, whatever. I'm not trying to solve anything. I just want to start a discussion about things that I find interesting and make them serious and boring. In conclusion, the grindset itself isn't a problem, it's a symptom. The problem is a system that makes young ambitious people feel like hustling is the only viable option. The real flex isn't earning 10 lakhs at 20. The real flex should be building a world where students don't feel like they have to grind themselves to burn out to feel secure about their future. I don't know if this is sustainable or we're setting ourselves up. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want more videos like this, then please subscribe and comment. Bye bye.
Tell them carry on, they gon' miss me when I'm gone.